Top 10 cheapest travel destinations from around the world. If you plan to put some money aside, yet don't completely give up your passion for traveling, you have come to the right place. In the following sections, we will introduce you to the best 10 cheap destinations from all over the world, so you can pick your favorites and start planning your trip right away. 1. Bolivia. Because it's one of the South American countries with the lowest income per capita, Bolivia's touristic offers are incredibly cheap. It is not at all unrealistic to say that you will most likely not spend more than $30 a day. In fact, independent travelers guarantee that you will get more for your money here than anywhere else on this continent. And Bolivia is quite a place for backpackers, being recommended especially to those who care more to see amazing sights, like the ancient Inca trails, Lake Titicaca and the Amazon, than having all-inclusive treats inside their hotel. 2. Bali, Indonesia. Even if the average expenses for a short-stay tourist in Bali are no longer as cheap as they used to be 10 years ago, you would agree that it is still more than reasonable to pay $15 per night for a guesthouse room and $7 for a moped that will provide you with enough mobility to explore the amazingly picturesque local villages and temples. Of course, there are some other great attractions that will not cost you a dime. Bali's white beaches and public landscape gardens are waiting for you. 3. Ecuador, Ecuador. Well, if you decide that this year you can't afford a trip to the Galapagos Islands, head for Ecuador instead. Here, you will need no more than $35 for a comfortable stay. Seafood is a bargain, you won't see those prices elsewhere in the world, and you can get some nice local crafts for very low prices, too. The capital's tiled roofs and numerous church spires make Quito look a lot like an exotic and ever-sunny Prague. As you may already know, it is the second highest capital worldwide, and it accounts for a thrilling visual experience because of its perfectly balanced mix of urban and ancient indigenous cultures. Through the villages in the Central Highlands, a very popular sightseeing spot is a surreal green crater lake. Make sure you put Laguna Quilatoa to your must-see list. 4. Dominican Republic. You may have heard of this destination because it is often associated with mass-market resort tourism. However, if you take a step back from the all-inclusive travel packages, you will discover that in fact the Dominican Republic has a lot to offer to independent tourists as well. A good idea for saving some money is to have your meals in the local spots, which are easily accessible because public transportation is incredibly cheap. While you're busy saving money, don't forget about the main sightseeing spots, such as the lagoons all over the northern coast and the incredible Barahona National Parks. They are truly inspiring. 5. Vietnam. Vietnam is definitely one of the bargain destinations in Southeast Asia for the year to come. Enjoy it while it lasts, though, because recent market research in tourism show that its popularity is steadily increasing. What you will be particularly delighted with is the famously good and cheap traditional food. Note that, for example, most of the dishes come for as much as $2, while a full meal in a local restaurant will not cost you more than $5. For transportation, we recommend you to get local rates in order to avoid paying touristic prices for services like bus trips and motorbike rental. Once you get there, explore the traditional villages and take a visit or two to the ethnic minorities markets. Travelers who have been there mostly agree that you shouldn't miss the markets in Can Cao and Bac Ha. If you're in for some exuberant dragon dancers, colorful fairs, and great fireworks, then make sure you will get there for Tet, the largest festival in the country. Also, you will surely enjoy Vietnam's great diversity of temple and pagodas, which are a great reflection of the wide variety of religions in the country. 6. Serbia. Now that the war is over, Serbia is investing a lot in its tourism. Even if you don't find there the famous Croatian beaches or the amazing scenery from Montenegro, you can be sure of one thing: Serbia beats its neighbors hands down when it comes to wallet-friendly food and drink. Also, a basic hotel room can be booked for no more than $25. The people in the Balkans are known as really energetic party people, so do your homework in advance and get some advice on the best clubs and bars if you are feeling like it. In Serbia, all the roads go to Belgrade, which translates as the White City. Actually, the capital city has just been nominated by Rough Guides among the 10 must-visit cities of the world in 2015 thanks to its spectacular scenery and new bohemian neighborhoods. The city will also provide you with a busy schedule of live music performances and jazz or traditional music festivals all throughout the year. 7. Spain. Another great vacation pick that will not drain your bank account is the country of Picasso and Don Quixote. Journals may be full of stories about the country's financial concerns, but tourism is just as competitive as before the crisis began, only at many affordable prices, and yes, this includes the world-renowned flamenco classes in Seville. Local fiestas on the coast, the surreal architecture of Barcelona, climbing in the high Pyrenees, or a city break in Madrid, there is plenty of choice for all kinds of travelers all throughout the year. And if you are here for the first time, keep in mind that this is a country that will create an addiction and a permanent long to return. 8. Antalya, Turkey. There is no excuse to miss the Turkish Riviera, even if you are traveling on a budget. This beautiful place comes without expensive price tags and, as elsewhere in Turkey, the cost of every item is pretty much negotiable. Being located on the southwestern coast, this fairy tale-ish place will provide you with the best things to do and see. It is famous for its crystal clear waters bathing the Mediterranean beaches, for ancient ruins filled with legend, but also for all-inclusive 5-star waterfront resorts still much budget-pleasing than in other places in the world. 9. Nepal. Kathmandu and Pokhara are Nepal's tourist capitals, both find their places in top 5 cheapest cities to travel to, and they certainly do live up to the hype. The serene and picturesque towns down the Himalayas can provide you with decent rooms for less than $20 a night. Trekking can add significantly to the cost, but if you're not a passionate trekker you can have a great time in the dozens of restaurants serving non-expensive, but tasty local foods. Pubs and bars are packed with delicious cocktails using the local rums obtained through centuries-old recipes. 10. Greece. The Greek archipelago has plenty to offer to all kinds of budgets. A tour of the 17 monuments included in the UNESCO World Heritage Sites will guide your explorations and enrich you culturally, and you can customize it in order to best suit your preferences and budget. The Greek cuisine won't let you down either. Local specialties are sensorial cruises among tastes and aromas. The Greeks have an ancient knowledge of combining exquisite aromatic herbs and spices in wise simplicity. You will find yourself in front of a wide variety of ingredients for a perfect holiday, without paying an arm and a leg for it. Sun-kissed beaches, amazing food in cheap local tavernas, mythology, culture, vibrant resorts, and all-night parties, find them all in Greece. Among its 6,000 islands and islets, you can be sure you will find one with a character and a vibe that is just what you are looking for. Besides, with one of the hottest and driest summers in all the Mediterranean, Greece guarantees to send you back home with a resistant natural tan that will make everyone jealous. Please subscribe my channel. Best ideas.